Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to PA's Perpetual Testing. Today we're looking at Disorientation and Discovery by Deathwish 808. Evidently the first 807 having been ineffective, he named himself after the next one. So, the gimmick about this map is, as the mapmaker stated, there are 4 lights apparently on the ceiling indicating the 4 test chambers that I should go to in the order that I should visit them in. So, as you can see, there's test chambers 3, 2, 4, and 5. No, that's 1 and 5, alright, so apparently I'm supposed to go over to this one first and last. How I'm supposed to go over appears to be through jumping into that portal. But how I'm supposed to get the momentum necessary seems a bit off. How am I supposed to get the momentum necessary? Tell me that. It appears that pressing a button on there does in fact lock the test chamber ever so briefly. Or at least it did for the one. This one appears to activate 2 other things that I am unable to see or currently not seeing. Which is a bit of an issue. If your player cannot immediately see the result... Okay, those are 2 of the things for the exit. Then what does this one do, Another deadly field, fair enough, and the one over here. Deactivates the emancipation grid, but also deactivates the portable surfaces. Fair enough. So I've got to figure out a way to get across this area, and I think it's going to be through the roof there. As you can see, it's just going to be a matter of... Okay, no, wait, that wouldn't work. Considering I have to fly out of there, it would be better if I flew into this one, and then placed it on the next one over, which orientation-wise is going to be the one that the portal is pointing to, so the one over there. So I'll just drop through, place my blue portal there, didn't quite manage it, so let's try that again. Because I need to fly over there to the very first test chamber. So, gotta be very careful around this one. Yes, sir. Because the slightest misstep could send me to my swift and inevitable death. However, this does not seem to be the case in this circumstance, and I am in fact able to get through without issue. So, the reason I still don't get why those things hop off of the buttons on the first try. So let's try that again. No, you don't. Stay right there. Alrighty, so one of the reasons that I'm never quite sure about this test chamber, or these test chambers rather, is in the fact that... sorry, what I was trying to say, it's... Okay, I want to make a little bit of a qualification for you right here, right while we're looking at this map, right? You know those moments where you get through a day, and the day's been nice and calm, and you're thinking to yourself, well, this was nice, I could go for this more often. And then, you just kind of think to yourself, man, this day actually did go really easily. I feel like I'm forgetting something. And then you realize what you've forgotten, and you're just kind of thinking to yourself, oh, shit, that's right. Well, welcome to the 9 PM PA's Perpetual Testing recording. I'm actually trying to get through this fairly quickly, as people are about to go to sleep in my current location. So, just as a quick note, I am going to be, well, one, obviously I'm going to be trying to complete this as quickly as possible for the sake of the people about to sleep nearby. But on an, okay, that was not safe. On an unrelated note, or on a completely related note rather, if this episode does not end quickly, I am oh, god damn it. As I was saying, if this episode does not end quickly, I am likely to cut it in half, simply for the sake of those around me. So, I'm wondering how the hell I even get out of this room at this point. I don't see a portable surface I'm able to reach through either of these. I'm assuming, oh, also the music has stopped since I loaded, which is always sad. I'm assuming that I'm expected to fly through here, but a double portal fling does not appear to give me the momentum necessary to get through. Which is a bit disconcerting, to be completely and totally honest. Maybe, if I hop carefully up to this portal, I'll be able to see a portable surface through here that I could not before? It's possible, though it seems that is not the case. If you look out with me through this portal, you'll see that just about anything I would be able to portal to is in fact restricted by the surface itself, unless... Nope, that is in fact constrained by another grid, though one that is currently invisible to me due to technical limitations of the engine, I suppose. Because it doesn't look like there's an emancipation grid there on that point, but evidently there is. So, let's see here. Also, my problem-solving abilities drastically affected late in the evening, as evidence there. Alright here, so let's see. Anything I can portal to out there from the very corners? Maybe? No, nothing whatsoever. Oh, I see something though. Was that there before? No, it was not. So while something is on this button, that becomes active, and I think I can access that portable surface over here as well. Also, to the map creator, Death Wish. The 808th Death Wish. I just want you to know that I, in my frustration, briefly considered looking at the walkthrough that you have so graciously included on your map page. Am I about to die? How the hell did that work at that time? Really? I didn't think I was even supposed to be able to do that. Really? Okay, let's quick load. Alrighty, so, as I was saying, I was looking at the map, or the map page, just because I figured, you know, maybe I want to look at this, maybe I want to see what's going on here, you know, that sort of stuff. By the way, why haven't I been putting it here? It's so much easier. And I couldn't help but notice that you seem to have made a habit of, or if not a habit, then some sort of pattern out of, perhaps not responding with the most grace you could possibly muster to individuals who don't like your map. Maybe it was just for the very first comments, but it looked to me like you were dismissing someone who did not have a favorable opinion of your map. And while it is true that he didn't present his opinions in a particularly nice manner, it still wasn't exactly in line to simply, oh, what the hell is this? Why would you do that? Okay, so evidently there's a trigger here that when I get through to this area, there's an emancipation grid that is opened that will not disappear for me. I did not know about that. But as I was saying, you probably just should have responded to him, you know, a little bit... I don't know if I'd say less harshly, but maybe less... Wait, now it's the opposite? Okay, so when I step on this button, that thing reverses. Interesting. Very interesting. Though nothing I can actually use at this time. Yeah, especially with the emancipation grid there. So which room am I going to second? It is this area, so how do I get over to this area then? I've got to... I mean, I've obviously got to get over there. That was one of the main points, wasn't it? I could step on this button, but that leaves me unable to use those two areas. I can't get the cube out of that area because of how things are set up. Oh, not to mention that the actual layout of the map has changed. The former arrangement of the squares is now significantly changed. And in fact, they no longer tilt upwards, as such not allowing me to get through the map in the same fashion that I was before. So, I suppose the question just remains, how in the hell do I get in? To which I have only to say to it, I have no goddamn idea. I mean, I can flip the polarity here, but that doesn't do anything over there. There's very little that it would be able to do for me as a whole. I mean... It almost seems like I'm supposed to place something on here, then travel in there, and then get spit out, but no, that doesn't work either. Because there's a grate there, which kind of prevents me from traveling through. I mean, this can travel through without issue, that's not the problem. The problem is the fact that I cannot travel through here, and also that Indeed, this funnel is headed exactly the wrong way. Also, he's completely prevented backtracking here, which I suppose is a good thing, because I would start backtracking at this point if not given other options, but I don't know, I've just got to figure out how to progress, I suppose. Okay, so, I mean, it seems like that's the only portable surface available to me. Am I wrong? No, not entirely. Well, no, I am wrong. But I don't see how any of the others would really be able to affect what's going on that much. I mean, I can place a portable surface here which lowers me gently to the ground. That's about it. Can I place it? No, that was a glass surface up there, so I can't place a portable surface up there. I can get back up just by jumping out of this, no issues there. But I mean, I have the... okay, so I have the panel there. Then let's say that I have to do what I'm doing from this button, because that switches the polarity. I have that there. I wouldn't have been able to take the cube out of that area as well, just remember, because that emancipation grid did appear when I was starting to escape, so that's literally all there was for me. If I step off the switch, this seems to change too rapidly for me to be able to fire a portal onto the other side. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do there. Anything else accessible from here? I can place my orange portals here to do jack shit. I can... what the hell can I do? I mean, I'm really, like, racking my brain for a solution here. And I think I see, maybe? Orange portal here brings me up to a level where I can see past these panels, but nothing that I can fire into there from. Fantastic! So my idea that I sort of had has been completely and totally nixed. Because I can technically place a portal past there. It just won't do anything. I mean... if I can, like, get the perfect angle here, and I mean the perfect angle, I can place my... okay. That was a bit too perfect of an angle. I can place my blue portal there, and then fall into it. But that would have to be, like... I don't know. What's the equivalent of frame perfect in 3D games? Oh shit, okay, possible, definitely possible. So I made it across, and then pressing the button does what? Activates something. I heard something being activated over there. Something that I can't see is being activated. That's a bit of an issue. Oh no, wait. Never mind, I can't see it. It's that emancipation grid. So... I mean, I can still see the funnel grid past here. And what does this do? I'm assuming it dispenses the cube that I need, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's teleport back up. Or portal back up, just, you know what I mean. And the cube is dispensed over there, where I would have to... is there a roof to this area? There almost appears to be a roof to this area. And what activates this panel? Does anything activate this panel? I cannot tell. Oh no, this entire area appears to be locked down now, so I can't do anything with it. I could push the cube down to myself. That would do something, though... not anything particularly effective. And that only deactivates that emancipation grid, deactivates nothing else. I almost feel like I would benefit from heading back across, but that would kill me, so that's not a very viable option in this circumstance. I feel like I have to get that cube down regardless, so blue portal there and orange portal here, and then grab it out before it gets destroyed. Okay, step 1 complete. Now, how to get the cube around the wall? Do I just need to move it around the wall? Literally just... thank you again, Solid Jim, for teaching me new tricks. That sort of thing. Quick save again. Then blue portal there, orange portal there, and then kind of just... hup. Oh, not quite. Hup. I can get this throw. There we go. Oh no, button. Damn it. God damn it. Okay, that was close. Okay, so I've got the idea down there on how to get it across. Let's do that once more. Just same sequence of tricks that I used the first time. Blue and orange. I suppose it would be easier to actually just place my blue portal here, wouldn't it? On the floor, right next to this button. Would allow for easier cube transfer. Then let it fall in there. Then press the button that deactivates the emancipation grid. Yeah, there we go. So cube is across. And then... now what? Cube has fallen. Okay. Now, do I just travel across the same way? Is that just to get me back there? I've now got a cube that I can use at the very least. It seems to be a... oh no! No, no! Oh, god damn it. I think I have to take the same route across that I sent the cube through. Okay, so let's try this again. I've got to take the same route across that I used to send the cube over, or else I will die. That's not a fantastic... okay, let me just say... oh, no, wait, I can't take that route. Never mind. Alright, we've restarted the level. We restarted the whole goddamn thing. Because I think that whatever happened, somewhere along the line, I had a bad quick save, and that kind of ruined me. So we're back to the puzzle where we get the cube across, which, as previously mentioned, we've already mastered thanks to our previous training from Solid Gym and a little bit of ingenuity. By the way, I just want to say, it's kind of cool how tools I learned in Gym's small maps are now playing into different maps. As, like, it's almost like I've undergone training. Why is this cube incorporeal? That is how you pronounce it, right? Incorporeal? Or is it incorporeal? I'm never sure. Anyway, not the point. So we're going to send it back through, because, as previously mentioned, that seems to be the correct thing to do. Then I've just got to figure out a way across myself that does not end in my death. Because trying to travel through these portals right now, well, that ends in my death. Maybe I'm supposed to land that cube on that button. Turn it into a pull funnel. Let's try it. That seems to be exactly what it's supposed to be. In which case, why is the option even available for us to be able to pull that through the entire way on the top panel? Or is that not supposed to be there, and I just managed to put it between the two, which is what screwed it up before? I mean, any way you slice it, something went terribly wrong there. And I think most of it was just me managing to get the cube into an disadvantageous position. So, maybe that's... I mean, that's not terrible, don't get me wrong, but it's certainly not a good thing, you know? The fact that your player is able to become trapped in such a fashion is a massive problem. Also, that's an entirely unportalable wall. So, I suppose then, what is my method for getting across this unportalable wall? Well, let's try, I don't know, jumping? No, let's try jumping. Okay. This is just a jumping puzzle. Following the jumping puzzle, I will place my cube here, stand on that button, and draw it out with the excursion funnel. Fair enough. Seems reasonable. Seems. And after my multiple deaths within this chamber, can I just say, why are these traps deadly? I want you to think about that. Really, just think about it. Why in this test chamber was it imperative that you made these traps lethal? Was it just out of a desire to create a test that had an aspect of danger for the player? Was it some sort of misguided attempt at creating artificial, I don't know, terror, I guess you could even call it, where none previously existed? Do I need this? Do I need something on both buttons to deactivate this field? I do. Damn it. Okay, so I have to keep this cube over here, which does swap the polarity of the funnel to pull, so I could possibly use that if there were anywhere I could actually place a pull funnel. Though it does not appear. That does actually appear to be a possibility. Alright, good. Okay, so blue portal there. Orange portal here. Step off. Okay, so that even wasn't... That wasn't there before. Well, they, good. So that destroys my blue portal anyway. Stand here. Blue portal... You are fucking kidding me. Okay. Alright, yeah, no, sure. Sure, yeah. Why not? I see no reason why that shouldn't happen. Except for the multitude of reasons I can imagine why that shouldn't have happened. So, that's 4. I'm supposed to go to 3 next anyway. Okay, sure, why not? So, why then is the button that triggers part 4 also the button that triggers this? I suppose it's just for multiple use for concise test pieces. Alright, fine. I can deal. But, I don't know, something just feels off about the whole thing. The whole shebang. I mean, and if I'm, for some reason, trapped over here, why can I not press the button? Are my button pressing abilities insufficient for this test? Can I not press a button with my being? Okay, there we go. So that's a sphere now, even. A sphere that could have rolled out of the way of that, and thus become inaccessible. So now, I have a sphere, which I can place upon a button. Oh hey, the sphere landed on a thing and may go through an emancipation grid. That's fantastic. Now, let's see here. How do I get across? How do I just have to jump as well? Is that the secret? I have to jump with the sphere to get back to the other side? Alright. Sounds reasonable. I can deal. Now, I have to figure out a way to keep something on this small, you know, button without being drawn off at the same time that I attempt to draw off. Oh no wait, no I don't, because I don't need to stand on that anymore. Which means I can simply bring that cube up to this exit and then leave it there and then pick it up later on my own. That is so much easier. Let's do that. So I have to remove the sphere for the time being. From here. Just place it there. It does not seem to be moving. Great. Let's quick save just in case that changes. Across. And again. Grab the cube. Back across. Carefully. Because there is a distinct possibility of cube destruction right about here. There we are. Alright. Then just place sphere on button. Move up to wall. As close as I can. Grab cube through wall. Great. Fantastic. Amazing. Perfect. I understand that it's... You wanted to have 4 different types of cubes in the 4 different places. But can I just say... Real quick like... There's no need. There is really... no need for a sphere. Do the companion cube if you must, but the sphere has so many problems related to it. Unless you're actually expecting me to use it for some sort of puzzle involving rolling. Which would be a significant issue, since puzzles involving rolling in a precision game generally don't work very well. You know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying. Now, how do I get back across to get that cube? I can see how I'm supposed to send it across to myself, sort of, save for the giant emancipation grid, because that's room 5. Make no mistake, I'm supposed to get back across, somehow. But, yeah, that doesn't seem really that feasible. Well, the big-ass grid is in my way. So please enlighten me. With the tools I've received, what step am I supposed to be taking that would enable... Oh, what is this? Something below. Who would have figured? Not me. I wouldn't have figured it at all. Which is why I didn't figure it. Because it's not really that visible from your testing location. I mean, maybe an antline. Maybe an antline would have been a little bit more, you know, obvious to the player that, hey, there is something here, in fact. I mean, it's sort of visible from over here. If you're looking down towards the exit, considering the exit is the first thing the player sees upon their entrance to the test chamber. But if they for some reason missed this area on their first pass, they may be even more considerably confused than I. So, let's get back up there, shall we? Especially because, may I remind you, that area was not accessible before. I could see it, but I couldn't do anything with it. So now I've got to get back across with this cube in this area. Which is actually fairly simple. I just take the back route with my little cube here. Portal on the roof, portal on the wall, cube in my hand, and take it to its associated button, at which point I can place it on there and exit the chamber. So, couple of frustrating map-making elements. Things weren't necessarily as visible as it might have worked. The light system, as to which chamber you're supposed to look at, that worked out fairly well. The fact that you need to read the description to play it is a little bit off, though. Maybe make a more natural progression. If your map is truly so complex that the next step you're supposed to take has to be denoted by a set of lights above the next chamber, you might want to look at it again. I mean, the whole thing sort of worked together, but just, there were a lot of finicky angles that upon retrospect I was supposed to use. Like the one to get into the second test chamber, where I had to sort of inch around that glass at the ceiling, and then hit it there, and the glass only being there in the first place to stop the cube from falling through, which happened anyway? I mean, there are a couple of poor decisions here. And alone, they're not too bad, but together they make a less satisfying testing experience. And on a related note, you have deadly water. I am not a fan of deadly water. You want to make a jumping puzzle? That's fine. You want to make a deadly jumping puzzle? That's less fine. You want to make a deadly jumping puzzle culminating in a foot wide area that you have to land on while preventing your cube that you are holding, that wonderful MacGuffin, from flying into the field that will destroy it upon the end of your jump, whilst simultaneously worrying about the position of your feet. Probably not the best thing, considering the destruction of the cube forces you to do the whole thing again and risk your death once more. Very few situations exist where a tilted panel functioning as a ramp that could be deactivated at will into a pit that is otherwise inescapable, save for the ramps, would not be a better idea than deadly water. Granted, that is more difficult, and the water is a very effective deterrent. However, dying frequently is not an effective gameplay mechanic. And the fact that the player's failed actions or failed experiments in their plans here lead to their death in their attempts to get out, as evidenced by test chambers, I think 1 and 2 here, is probably a bad thing. So, with all that said, it was a fairly good map, there were good ideas for the tests in here, everything was just a bit finicky, it was a bit too precise, and it seemed like I was breaking things where I was actually doing what you intended, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's good, but it could be better. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been PA, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another episode of Perpetual Testing.